Agatha Christie, born on 15 September 1870 in Turku UK, died on 12 January 1976 in Winterbrook, United Kingdom. Agatha Christie said, "The best time to plan a book is while you are doing the dishes." While you're doing the dishes. The best time to plan a book is while you're doing the dishes. Dame Agatha Mary Clarissa Christie Lady Malovan was an English writer known for her 66 detective novels and 14 short story collections, particularly those revolving around fictional detectives Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple. Agatha Christie said, "The best time to plan a book is while you are doing the dishes." Sometimes it's very difficult to dig a quote from a famous personality. I have to really break my head. I was going through what quote, why I wanted to talk about the quotes only because those are the people, those are the gods in human forms, in varieties of human forms who has digged a bit, good or bad, never mind, different styles, never mind. But I thought that digging will, but even from them to find out a quote which suits us, it's very, very difficult. Then I found out Jesus said, "Knock and the door shall be opened, seek and there you shall find it." I thought I must dig and find it. Even the dirtiest thing, if you dig, you can find a gold inside, you can find something. So I digged it and then I found it was shocking to see. The best time to plan a book, and that is what I have been trying to tell throughout my 179 short discourses. Karma Yoga kept doing work without expecting results, and then the divine opens into the vast abyss, and in the abyss you find the truth, and in the truth is the divine, in the truth is the ecstasy, aromatic ecstasy, orgasmic ecstasy, and in that ecstasy the past, present, future stops for a second. When you are in the wow, God appears. The best time to plan a book is while you are doing the dishes, while you're cooking, yes, when you are heating it to the extremes of the temperature, or in the smallest fire, 45 minutes small fire. Yes, when I was sitting in Tokyo guest house, the Iranians were there, and they take the chicken, full chicken, they put it into the pot, and small fire, 45 minutes, and in 45 minutes you can see from the chicken the water came out, the salt came out, and from the bones the oil came out, and it came put in the plate. It's all broken into pieces. They're putting the hand and eating without any masala at all. If at all they say, "Rakum, get me garam masala from India." They don't know how to put together, so they spring. But what is it? Agatha Christie is telling the best time to plan when you see the beauty coming out from your dishes, and you understand the water and the salt and the oil. Then you have seen God. That particular subject had got all the answers flows of its own. That is the time she plans a book. That is what I've been trying. Work hard. When you boil it to the extremes of the temperature, any gold will melt, and once it melts, you can make it to any style, any ornament. There was Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie said the best time to plan a book is while you are doing the dishes. She also wrote the world's longest running play, The Mousetrap, which was performed in the West End from 1952 to 2020, as well as 6 novels under the pseudonym Mary Westmacott. In 1971, she was appointed a Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire for her contributions to literature. Guinness World Records lists Christie as the best-selling fiction writer of all time, her novels having sold more than 2 billion copies. 2 billion copies. Can you believe? That's our lady. Ladies, don't think it's impossible. Nothing is impossible. If it is possible, she made everything. She could dig it up. She must have been a disciple of Jesus Christ to say, knock and the door shall be opened. Seek and you shall find it. She could find it. 2 billion copies. Where were the men that time? How many men were writing books? She could overtake everybody. Just because she knew one thing, write a book while doing, no, stagnant water stinks, flowing water is fresh water. She understood. Yes. She knew when the body is flowing, that's the best time. Ideas flows in, strength flows in. Yes. Look at it. 2 billion copies when you're working very, very hard and you sweat it out. 7 times you squeeze a t-shirt and the sweat comes out of the t-shirt. You feel more energetic. All the unnecessary waste is gone out. Fresh energy is there. You are empty, the cup empty for again to ask God for another cup of fresh water. How could you go to a master with the cup dirty? When you go to the cup dirty, the master pours fresh water, and then when you drink the tea is not very tasty. It is your duty to empty the cup, clean up the cup, then go to the God, to the nature, to your thinking, and then the fresh water comes in and you drink. That is the beautiful drink. And that was a beautiful book she could write. Even children, when I was studying, I said, don't sit. I used to scream at the children, walk up and down, up and down. And when you climb up the hill and up and down, Jack and Jill climb up the hill and down the hill. Body moves. The children got exercise, and the mind slowly start connecting back to the body. And then they have to read louder, as loud as possible, so that you get beautiful music coming out of from the mouth. Yes, they could sing beautiful. The voice has been rectified, the body has been rectified. And then she said, while you're doing the dishes, you write a book. While you're moving the body, you go and write the examination. Answers flows of its own. Passing is never there in your record book. It is only 100 or 200. You're on the top. Agatha Christie was on the top. She did it. She could climb up. If she could climb up, you could climb up. What is stopping you? It is stopping you because you are a sitting duck. Get out of your chair. Even the greatest cardiologist, Dean Ornish, said, the cause of heart attack is sitting in one place for more than 1 hour. Sitting in cross-leg is also cause of heart attack. Sitting in one place for more than 1 hour. Stop your car after 1 hour drive and walk up and down a bit, it seems. Christie was born in a wealthy upper middle class family in Torquay, Devon, and was largely homeschooled. She was initially an unsuccessful writer. Christie was born into a wealthy upper middle class family in Torquay, Devon, and was largely homeschooled. She was initially an unsuccessful writer with 6 consecutive rejections. 6 consecutive rejections. Unsuccessful writer with 6 consecutive rejections. But this changed in 1920 when The Mysterious Affairs and Styles featuring Detective Hercule Poirot was published. Her first husband was Archibald Christie. They married in 1914 and had 1 child before divorcing in 1928. During both World Wars, she served in hospital dispensaries, acquiring a thorough knowledge of the poisons which featured in many of her novels. Poisons been featured in many of her novels. Short stories and plays. She was deeply involved. She was a scuba diver. She was never a swimmer. You can become a swimmer. You can become a scuba diver. Do not study. Go deep down. The best time to plan a book, the best time to understand your wife and your husband is when you're making love. Deep down love. That the message, you are not making love. You are not in deep intimate relationship with your nature, deep intimate relationship with your family. Hence the joint family is broken, the family tree is never there. You are disconnected and somebody else misuses. She spent several months each year on digs in the Middle East and used her first-hand knowledge of his profession in a fiction. Digs in the Middle East and used her first-hand knowledge. She was deeply involved. She was working in every field possible so that she was conscious. That's only one difference. She was conscious whenever she's working. She tried to correct it. When I went to write the examination, one of my neighborhood person came and told me, tomorrow's examination, today do not study. You must go to the football ground. That I was a good football player. Go to the football ground and play football. But carry a book, keep it on the side. While playing football, think of tomorrow's examination, what question. And you try to find out the answer. If the answer doesn't come, go open the book. And that got imprinted every cell of my brain. One time when you looked, while you're playing football, tomorrow examination, today I'm playing. My mom was screaming, no, tomorrow examination, why this boy is playing? That worked out. Agatha Christie did it. And then there were none in one of the highest selling books of all. According to Index Translation, she remains the most translated individual author. And then there were none in one of the highest selling books of all time with approximately 100 million sales. Christie's stage play, The Mousetrap, holds the world record. Mousetrap holds the world record for the longest initial run. It opened at the Ambassador's Theatre in the West End of London on 25th of November 1952, and by September 2018 there had been more than 27,500 performances. The play was closed down in March 2000 due to the coronavirus. This coronavirus stopped it, others could have run it. Coronavirus pandemic. In 1955, Christie was the first recipient of the Mystery Writers of America's Grand Master Award. Later that year, Witness for the Prosecution received an Edgar Award for the best play. In 2013, she was awarded the best crime writer, and The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, the best crime novel ever by 600 professional novelists of the Crime Writers Association. In September 2015, and then there were none, was named the world's favorite Christie in an award sponsored by the author's estate. Most of Christie's books and short stories have been adapted for television, radio, video games, graphic novels. More than 30 feature films are based on her work. Can you believe a lady, a girl, a lady, a feminine could do it? Only because, well, she's cooking. She understood it's not cooking. It was Rakum's cooking. Rakum's cooking. How we do the cooking? I say, Makle, get me a tea. And then I say, it should be gilly tea. And somebody say, what is tea? Is tea. What is gilly? When you're making tea, add a little love into it. Love into it was a success. The best time to plan a book is while you are doing the dishes. Best time to understand your wife and your husband is while you're making love. Best time to understand your examination is while you're walking and studying and screaming at the top of your voice while you're studying, disturbing the whole neighborhood. Then they know there is some life going on in the house. This is my 180th short discourse.